we are back to our podcast. See what happens? I'm Rob Schneider, and of course with me always the lovely and gorgeous and talented and funny Patricia Maya.
Yes.
Hi,
darling.
I haven't seen you in a few minutes.
I know.
How's everything?
How lovely.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, again, every day.
Every day. All day?
All day.
Oh, my goodness.
And all night.
I love that.
I know, it's sweet.
Adorable.
It's good. We get to finally spend some time together.
Yes, finally we're getting to meet each other.
Yeah, we get to know each other for real. I just can't, hide who I really am. Like on 3 days a week.
Yes. Good.
Like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just going to turn this thing off here.
All right.
So what are you going to do when this thing ends? It can't go that much longer, right? This quarantine.
To be honest, at this point, I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. No.
Well, what would you do when this thing ends? What's the first thing you're going to do?
I would organize like a party.
A party?
Yes, because I want to see all my friends.
Okay.
So I'll organize a. Are
you going to hug at this party, or are you going to
hugging?
Okay.
Taking pictures, like face next to the other, and
okay, so
yeah,
social, the opposite of social distancing.
The
opposite. Closing.
Yes,
that's closing in.
Do. Yes, but it would be like a girl theme party kind of thing. Like we all get like our manicures done by the same person.
Oh yeah, right.
So whatever virus or anything you can get, all get it at the same place. Yes.
The only people who didn't have like a problem finding masks when this thing started were the Vietnamese in the nail shops. They had it already.
That's true.
They just said, "I got one on me," and they just took it out of their pocket and went, "Oh, it's like being back at work, except for 6 weeks."
I know.
24 hours a day.
You know what else I want? I want a massage.
Massage?
Yes.
I can give you one of those.
Nah, thank you. I mean a real one, with the hands that know what they're doing, and the oil and the smell.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think that masseuses, you call them masseuses? Masseuse.
You can just say call them masseuse.
Okay.
If you say masseuse, they'll know what you mean.
All right.
Also, if you say massager, it's not right, but...
but you understand what they're doing.
They're going to go, yeah. I need to get one of them massagers. Get one of them massages from a massager.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's a job that is going to continue? Literally, it's going to be people touching your body.
There's a lot of jobs that I think are up
for questioning if it's going to...
yeah, are up in the air. Like, I don't know if that's going to continue. I don't know. But then there's some things like, like the idea that... this is like a bill.
Wait. What are you going to do?
No, I was going to go off like the idea that like, these germs could this virus could get on stuff and stay on stuff. So let's not eat at a restaurant, but let's get the food to go. People are still touching those containers, your food. So this idea like you're suddenly safer. I don't know. I thought that was just, this is all built on a lie.
What if they sneeze on your food?
Yeah, exactly. I'm always suspect.
What if they tasted before? To make sure.
I'm always suspect when you go any restaurant or any place, you have to be, I'm always way nice just in case, because that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because there are moments when you don't have your food that you're going to eat. It's in front of you.
Yes.
And they had it behind you where you don't see it. It's not in front of you.
Yes.
And there's some things that can happen to that, right?
Yes.
You don't worry about that?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm Mexican.
I want to have a couple.
I can eat anything. No problem.
Food trucks are not going to be a problem, right? They'll come back, right? I think people will calm down.
I think everyone is just going to calm down because I was literally looking at pictures on my phone.
Yeah.
And, like last year. Because, like how your phone says, like, oh, this happened a year ago. Yeah. So I was looking at it, and
this happened before the world closed.
We were at school, and the kids, we were at the, one of our kids' culmination.
Yeah.
And they had tons of things that everyone could touch.
Yeah.
And make like little crafts with it. And they were like, like the grandparents were there and everyone was touching just everything. So I was just wondering like,
well, that's how immunities work for millions.
Yeah,
I mean, for
life is.
For hundreds of millions, for billions of people, for thousands of years, is that you touch things, there's bacteria. I mean, the whole thing is that we have for every human cell in our body, we have 10 non-human cells, non-human, whether it's bacteria or viruses, and that's just, they're not an enemy to us. It's a bridge to the rest of the world. Yeah. So there's just the idea of well,
but that's what normal life was like.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's this. It's been coming to a place where it finally peaked now with this. Like nature is the enemy, and there's a deep flaw in nature, and only man can correct it. That's wrong. That is just an absolute in contrast with the natural world, and that's a real problem. Yeah. But what am I? I want to go out and have a cup of coffee. I want to get. There's a great moment in this movie, Private Benjamin, with Goldie Hawn. Where she's like, she's this woman who's like, who gets her heart broken. She's like 30 and she decides to just join the army. She gets talked into joining the army, like you can travel and do all these things. And they just lie to her. And the next thing you know, she's like a private, and she's like, we should watch that movie. Okay. And the next thing she's, she's having a march in the rain, and she said she wants to quit, and she goes in to talk to her commanding officer. And she says, she starts crying and goes, I want to go out to lunch. And it's really one of the moments comedy moments I really love from Goldie Hawn, such a genius.
I want to do that too. I want to go out for lunch with my friends grab a coffee, catch up.
Yeah.
Criticize our husbands.
Yeah, I know. That's coming. You don't have to go out to lunch for that. That's what you have your phone for.
That's true.
You know how it's, I was looking at Joe Rogan's Instagram today. He said, like, that the world is in a weird place when, like, the Pentagon releases proof of UFOs.
Yeah, you showed me that.
I mean, like, proof of UFOs. Like, there really are. They really exist. These are, like, this is a UFO. Nobody cares.
Yes.
People are like, yeah? I mean, like, that would be like if people weren't, like, stuck and broke and bored and just, distracted by this virus, and it's people realizing that it's not as deadly as everybody says. I think that there would be I think this would have been big news, don't you think? Aliens exist?
Well, no, they didn't say that aliens exist.
An alien craft does.
Well, that's yeah. Well, but they didn't say that it's made by aliens, or that they didn't see any aliens. It's just a UFO. It's
just a UFO. Listen to you.
Well,
how cynical can you be? It's just a UFO.
It's just a UFO.
That's like saying it's.
Come on, Elon Musk can make like 10 of those. Please.
Oh. It's just a UFO. That's like saying it's just the Statue of David. That's like saying it's just the Sistine Chapel. It's just, it's just the Grand Canyon.
What do you think would happen? Like if they release now a picture of an alien?
I don't think people give a shit. They go, see,
really?
I told you. So what? How does that affect? Is that going to get me back to work? I mean, when you take away people's, their livelihoods, and their contact with the world, people, they obviously don't give a shit anymore about stuff they'd normally freak out about.
Yeah.
Because this is like a little bit more intense, So I think people are in shock. I think people are still, that's what I think. I think people are still in shock from all this.
By the UFOs? Okay.
No, they're in shock, but that the government was able to like shut down everything, and and people went with it, and the next thing you know, they're stuck in their homes. They're going in their
listening
apartments
about UFOs.
And they're going, the UFO. I don't give a shit about the UFO. Can the UFO help me get my job back?
Okay, let me.
Can I go out to lunch? What?
Because you never believed in the existence of UFOs or aliens.
No,
none of that.
No.
How do you feel now?
I don't give a shit anymore.
But now you believe that they exist.
Yes.
What about aliens?
Yeah.
See, because I still think that a UFO could be created by man.
Not this one.
Why?
Because I don't have this technology.
How do you know? What do we even know about that technology? We don't
Because
even know.
I get Twitter and I hear stuff. I follow Elon Musk too. And he would tell us. Mm-hmm. No, but there's something about that that's like, it's interesting that the Pentagon decided to release it, So like, let's see what, maybe cheer people up,
Yeah.
Even, these people who make their lives, make their living, in war and sometimes not nice wars, dirty, under the, radar stuff. So let's let people see what they think about this.
Yeah.
Very interesting that they did it now.
Because I remember you always said, well, if those things exist, somebody should have a picture already. Everyone has iPhones.
That's right. I mean, if aliens did exist and they were everywhere, they would be like, there would be, alien porn, like this alien, pretends to be a real estate lady when in fact, she's just there to...
That's where you go to? We're talking about aliens here.
Well, I do think like, Earth is very particularly lucky for being in they called it the Goldilocks belt. I think they called it, which is like this little ring or like in juxtaposition to the sun where life is possible. And so there's only a couple of planets in there. You got Venus, Mars, us. So that's pretty good. And that's it, really. But we're in a better position than Venus, which is a little bit too close, And so Venus is super hot. Eventually, the Earth is going to be super gonna
I like how you
overheat.
talk about these things like you're an expert, but you're not. You're just lying.
It's 1,200 degrees on Venus. 1,200 degrees, the surface of Venus. And it looks like it's raining sometimes, and that's like melted metal, iron ore melting. Looks like. Hey, there's our kid.
Sí, mi amor.
Yeah, you can do that, hon. Yeah. We're doing a podcast. You can break anything you want right now. Go through any drawer you want. Find anything.
No, you do it with Miranda.
But anyway, yeah, so the Earth is going to be even hotter than Venus. Because in Venus, I'll have you know. Hi, sweetheart. You're not even listening to me. I'm trying to educate you with the 3% of the information that I know about the solar system.
But I know you're a liar, so that's why I don't even pay attention.
See, what happened to Venus was
it's not accurate
whatever
information.
water Venus had evaporated, but because of where the position of Earth is, the water vapor is not going to be able to escape the atmosphere. It'll get stuck in there, and that's what'll superheat the Earth up, and eventually
I'm not
we'll be
paying
hotter than
attention,
Venus.
Right?
Eventually, we'll be 1,900 degrees hotter. We'll be even hotter than Venus.
My translator is off.
It'll be an unlivable hot place. But anyway, that's a couple hundred million. Here's what I think about, like, too.
So where these UFOs are coming from? Out of space?
Outer space? Yeah, they're not definitely in the solar system. I mean, where would they be hiding? I don't think.
In a warehouse somewhere? No?
I don't know. I
Don't
love
they
that.
have UFO warehouse.
I love that theory about, like, that we never landed on the moon, that was just all fake. That somebody did it in Hollywood with the rocks and stuff, And, like, I did go to a place where I'd look like, well, they could shoot this here and nobody would know. In Iceland.
Okay.
Because Iceland looks like the moon, Because the moon, came from the Earth, too. It's just gigantic. That's the theory. Some cataclysmic crash with some small planet that was in the...
Honey, you're boring me to tears, right?
Hey, no. That's the accepted theory of how the moon was formed.
Look, whatever ad you read on Google or on Facebook,
there was a small planet that was in the
enough already.
that swung out from Jupiter and crashed into Earth, and in that's why the Earth has twice the iron ore in it as a normal planet. like an average planet. We have twice the iron ore because it came from that other planet. That's why the Earth, that's the, keeps everything going. The tectonic plates,
makes sense, yeah.
iron ore. And then the little chunks form the moon from that explosion.
Oh, really? Super
Yeah.
interesting. All right.
So, okay.
Let's move on to the
All right,
next,
so I do think that they're aliens.
Okay.
And
I
think now I do,
Now
for
you
sure.
do?
Now I do.
Okay.
I saw proof yesterday.
Okay, so now do you think that they live among us? Or do you think that they look like these greenies and they never let, themselves being seen?
I don't know. That's interesting. I will say that, like,
That when the moon formed.
I will say that it does make sense now, the Aztecs. I think they landed here with the Aztecs and then with the Mayans. And that's part of that thing looked like a spaceship. That's on the, that it's not really a hieroglyphic, but it's like a cave, it's like a painting.
See, that's why I don't believe anything you say, because you literally take a little bit of information of something and then you just fill it up with
No, but there's a picture. There's this Mayan
with your
picture.
own interpretation.
No, there's this picture of
I
a
know.
Mayan. You know that picture, right?
Yeah.
Looks like he's in a spaceship, right? Doesn't it?
It looks like, isn't it? Yeah,
Well, what
it's
else does it look like? He's not playing with
looks
corn.
like it looks like it's like it's actually like it's this Mayan
Guy sitting in a chair.
kind of like pushing buttons, and it looks like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I think there's something to that now. I'd never thought 100% before, but I thought it was interesting. And I do think that, like, the Mayans were the most advanced civilization in the world, way ahead of where the Spaniards were when they came over. The most advanced civilization in the world at that time were the Mayans. But the Spaniards had a huge advantage in disease, germs, and steel. And that won the day. One out for, you can have a 5,000-year calendar. You may know what 0 is, but when these guys are coming over smallpox, they win.
Yeah, exactly. If you bring herpes, that's it.
Game over.
Game over.
Yeah. I don't know what 0 is, but I'll tell you what I do know what it is. And then they all.
That's terrible.
I know. It's true.
All right, so
what?
I think if we do have aliens, I think they live among us, and
You
they
do?
live like us. They look like us.
They look like us? Well, how can you
Yes.
tell? Well, how do you then
No,
why
you can't.
Then what are they an alien then? What's alien about them? Their insides are different?
I
Then
think
they're not alien if they look like us and they are like us.
no. I think they are way more advanced. Like they're smarter. That's what I think is the difference.
So these would be like people from India who go to like MIT and stuff like that. They're just smarter.
Way smarter. Like
than,
way.
than people from India who go to MIT. Those are pretty smart people.
I think
Okay.
they were like more evolved.
Okay.
And that's how I picture them. Like if I picture an alien, I don't see them like, like blah, no, just.
Would they like?
But
think-
maybe they take their human suit out, like with a zipper. Yeah.
Maybe. Do you think they look at us and think we're idiots?
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Why? What do they think was?
Because
for
we
sure?
are idiots. That's why.
What would
Because
they?
if I was an alien, I would look at everyone and I would say, "Yes, you guys are all a bunch of idiots." Yeah.
What would be like the thing that they thought was idiotic about us? What would they? What would they think first as they're flying over? What would they see? What would they think? Why we're idiots?
I don't think they would think that much about us, to be honest.
No.
No, I think it's like, I saw Elon Musk talking about, like how often we think about monkeys, really.
Yeah.
We don't. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's how we would be looked at also. Like we would be like the monkeys for the aliens. This, like not smart enough, not evolved enough civilization that exists, but it's there. No, they don't care. I think they also would move on and continue their life.
We wouldn't want to check it out though.
I mean,
There's some really good-looking monkeys down here. You know what I mean?
uh-huh.
I think that they want to check out some of those monkeys, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit special monkeys. There's good-looking monkeys. I think that would be interesting to an alien. Let me check this out. We need the night vision goggles. I need to see through those walls into that shower. So you don't think these are perverts?
There's some creepy.
Obviously, aliens are creepy. Obviously, they're creepy aliens. So, although they wouldn't be here, why are they sneaking over at night?
They're not sneaking over at night.
But isn't that funny though? You just showed me that cartoon.
Which one?
Called Lift, or what's it called? Or,
yeah. Lifted?
What's it called? Lifted. That's pretty funny.
It's really funny. Yeah. It's a short film.
Short film on Netflix. Tell people what that
Netflix. It's on Disney Plus.
Okay, it's on one of Netflix competitors.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's pretty good. It's about aliens.
It's really good. It's about aliens and one alien trying to do a how do you call it? Abduction?
Yeah.
And training for it. It's pretty funny though.
Yeah, it's really funny.
He gets it all wrong. He's practicing.
Really funny. Yeah. I really liked it.
Yeah, it's cute. It's for kids though.
Yeah, but and that's the same week that we saw that that the Pentagon released alien proof of aliens existing.
No, they released like a UFO.
Yeah, that's proof of aliens. Well, who's flying that thing?
Well, maybe a human being.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
I don't know. I think we have like a very advanced technology that we have no idea of.
I got a video this morning. Speaking of unidentified things, my friend Ilya Baskin, great Russian actor, he's been here in America. He's in this movie with Rob Williams called From Moscow. I forget that movie, but it's a really good movie. And he sent me this picture of women, I think in Italy, naked, just running, like hundreds of them. Yeah. And I think, like, that's an interesting way to protest. That'll get people's attention. It's like, enough of this. And they're just running naked down the street. You want to see it?
Sure, yeah.
Show it to you. I'm not making.
Wow. So this is happening now?
Yeah.
Or it's like an old picture of an old protest?
It's probably an old picture, but I'm just saying it's a new picture for now. It seems like a good protest, doesn't it?
It seems like a good protest.
Just a bunch of women, naked women running down the street.
Or that they're escaping the dungeon or something. Right? Maybe somebody opened the door.
Your mind always goes to the most terrible places. It's a dungeon with 5,000 women in it.
Could be. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
There was like that creepy story of that guy who had these women in there for years in Cleveland or something. Remember? Just a couple years back.
I don't know. There are a bunch of those out there.
There's a guy in Cleveland who had like a, 3 women imprisoned in like this, in a dungeon below the house. I'm like, how do the neighbors not know anything about it? Finally, one of them escaped or whatever, and he got arrested. And then he's like, he said, there were some good times too. Jeez. That's what he said. Like, what? Yeah, for you, you creepo.
Exactly. Exactly, for you, motherfucker.
Good times for you. Enough for the women who are chained up for fucking years in your place. But, it's very creepy. That's what I feel about the aliens. I think they're all creepy.
You think they're creepy?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they're that creepy.
I think they're creepy.
I think actually they're... If I want to think in a perfect gentleman alien...
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I would hope that they are like above that need of control of women, and I would like to think that at some point humanity evolves. It evolves into that, into not having the need of power and control over women.
Well, let's say these aliens have like they can't progress, like they're very smart, but emotionally they're like 14-year-old boys. They're perverts then. Right?
Yes.
They would develop all their high technology would be to look under people's clothes, women's clothes, because that's a 14-year-old boy technology, So that's why I think aliens are all perverts. They're really intelligent, but they're emotionally, they're like 14-year-old boys.
I think you're talking about yourself. You're not talking about... You're not talking about...
No.
I think you're projecting.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm talking about aliens.
Like
perverts.
every person talks and they part from their own point of like as a reference, So I think you're using yourself as a reference.
Now, you know what I will say? Like,
what would you do if you were an alien?
I don't know. Not much different. The one I'm doing now. I couldn't imagine. So that's why, like,
what do they do?
Like,
that is different.
It's like little kids. They can't imagine like what things look like without a face. You know what I mean? It's like it has to have eyes. It's just like your own. Going back to what we talked about a long time ago. Like, you know, you can't imagine something. You can't see something that you can't imagine. So it has to be something. That's why, like, when people make, you know, the aliens like green with big heads and like cat eyes and stuff like that, because it has to be something you can imagine. Where maybe it's nothing like that at all. But you can't imagine it. And then if you can't imagine it, you can't see it. That was the thing we talked about before, where these shaman who had to explain to the tribe when the people were coming over from Europe, like, no, this big boat, because they literally couldn't see it. Some of these natives, they couldn't see it because it wasn't in their imagination. So the shaman of the tribe had to explain what these big boats were. And then...
I mean, it's not that you can't see it. It's just like you can't figure out what it is.
Yes.
But it's not like it's like see-through, right? And it's not like you can't
I mean, supposedly, from what I've read, from
the paragraph that you read.
From the paragraph that I read.
Probably you didn't finish the whole thing.
That
I know you,
that they had
Schneider.
to explain it. You know,
yeah, of course you have to explain it because they're
talking
like,
about
what the
Joseph
heck
Campbell.
is that? It's like, wait a minute, what is that thing? It's like, if suddenly we have something landing here, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to.
It's not like we're not going to see it because we can't imagine it. It's just
Yes,
we're
well,
going
then-
to see
then-
it, but
then
we're
try
not
to-
going to know what it is.
Well, no, exactly. But I'm telling you that if you don't know, if you don't recognize the shape or whether, then maybe you can't see it.
No, that's insane.
That's not insane.
No, that right there is when you lose all credibility with me, and I'm gonna walk away right now.
Okay, so it was
No,
interesting.
you have to see it. You just don't know what it is.
Yeah, but if you can't process the information, because you have to be like, that's that old thing we talked about before too, where it's like you can't really learn anything new. It has to come from a core of something that you already know. Okay, so I'm saying that thing is, if it's something that you cannot imagine, then you can't see it. We'll take a break on that, and what perfect time.
I'll think about it.
All right, and we'll be right back. We'll see what happens. And we are back. Hi, I'm Rob Schneider, and with me always is the lovely Patricia Maya. So please follow and subscribe to See What Happens podcast. We appreciate that. And so we've been showing some stuff because we've had some time on our hands. So it's not like we can't not show TV.
Yes.
Because I don't think it's good to show too much TV to kids, you know?
Yeah, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Like on a plane, if you don't have an iPad, you might as well just, you know, poke your eye out at a certain point. So we've been letting them watch the TV. Now, they did get a chance to see, like, I thought some of the funniest stuff ever. And it's great to see them laughing. I think our 7-year-old was laughing more than the 3-year-old at the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. I mean, that's Wile E. Coyote, Fritz Freeling, pretty damn funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Really funny, because he plans stuff, and then, you know, stuff that just is physically impossible that he's able to do, like when he falls and his eyes are the last thing to come down, and he always falls down and sometimes it doesn't make a lot of noise, you know, when he gets smacked. And then after he hits, then the rock comes. That was the funniest one, where Wile E. Coyote falls down, and then there's he moves the rock aside so it not going to land on him, and then he lands on a, you know, like a teeter-totter rock, and that it forces the rock up to land on him anyway. That was screamingly funny.
She was
Screamingly laughing. Yeah, funny. That's so funny.
Well, she likes silly stuff. That's
Silly's the best.
Yeah.
Silly's the king.
Yeah.
Whatever's silliest is.
You know, there's a movie that I don't like. That's why I didn't watch it with you guys last time.
What?
I don't like that Pink Panther movie.
God, you're missing out. That's so funny.
I just don't like it.
I have to admit, though, I was 11 when I saw it. So that's like a great age. 11, maybe 12. Maybe I was 12 years old when I saw it. That's a great age. Almost 12. Because that's when you can really understand silly and really get into it and commit to laughing like so hard. I laughed so hard at that because this one guy kept getting his fingers broken, you know, his 4 fingers. And in every scene, everything we did, they would get his fingers broken, and it kept getting worse and worse. And then they finally, you know, get slammed in the door of this truck. And it's so funny because you know it's gonna happen. You're waiting for it, and then it happens. Really funny stuff. She did laugh at I mean, to me, the silly stuff like him going through a door and it's like the wrong side of the door, stuff like that to me was just screamingly funny stuff. It's good, and she likes it too.
Yeah,
she loves
does.
Mr. Bean.
Oh,
Mr. Bean's as silly
like
as he gets.
Mr. Bean better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't hate that movie, that Pink Panther movie, but I saw it once and it's like, okay, that's enough for me. I don't want to see it again. Yeah. But The Secret Garden was a hit.
Yeah, they love that.
I watched that again last night.
Beautiful movie, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect movie.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nice movie.
That one I really like.
How would you
It's
describe?
not a funny one, but it's
The Secret Garden. How would you what's that movie about?
It's about.
An orphan girl.
It's an orphan girl who goes and live with her cousin, and the cousin thinks that he's very ill because everyone keeps on telling him that he's ill.
Because his mom died when he was born.
Yeah.
They thought, and then they thought he was very sickly, and so they just treated him like he was sick his whole life.
Yes.
But there was nothing wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then together they realize that he's healthier than what he thinks, and he defies like everyone there. And then his own dad is an a-hole, and he doesn't want to
deal with it.
He doesn't want to deal with it, and he's they describe it like he's afraid of falling in love with his kid and losing him.
Like
and
he lost his wife.
And that's a reason. It's like, you're
I thought you liked this movie. Now you hate it.
You're the grown up. You deal with it.
Well, he's English. He's English. They're cold, the English people.
No, but I mean, but the movie's nice because then he realizes the son is
the culture, I should say, of
healthy.
England. Yeah, so he does. But the how good is the bad woman in there? What's her name? The great actress, English actress.
Yeah, I don't know.
She really makes the movie, right? You really have to have a bad. You have to have a baddie in there.
And even she's not that bad. I think it's a beautiful movie. It's very, very like magical, and sweet and
like all the animals, the beautiful animals.
It teaches a lot about like not letting others define who you are, but you finding it, on your own. That's really cool. That's a beautiful movie.
Okay,
I enjoyed that one.
I'm gonna tell you who that actress was right now.
Yeah, she's in all the Harry Potter movies too.
Yeah, Maggie Smith.
She's great.
She's incredible.
Yeah, everyone. The kids are amazing.
Yeah, I love that little Scottish kid, Andrew Knott. He was amazing on the white horse. Mm-hmm. Just such a sweet kid.
Just everyone.
Maggie Smith. How old is Maggie Smith? She's always. Seems like she was. She was old when I first saw her when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
Oh, she's pretty old. She's got almost 90. She's born 1934.
Oh, wow.
So she's 80. She's 80. Going to be 86 this year. Hello. Wow. One of the world's most famous and distinguished actresses, Dame Maggie Smith. She's fantastic.
She is. She's unbelievable.
She's really good.
So that's been that movie is good. That's one of the things that we've been enjoying.
Yeah.
Also, you know what they like? Those Mickey Mouse new cartoons.
Those are great. I didn't realize they had more of those.
They have we just saw the 5th season of it.
Those are incredible. Because those are
incredible,
good.
They're like a little. We saw one that it was a little much.
Well, the one that was scary, the first one was like when the Halloween one with where there's
with Goofy is like
where Goofy's
a
a skeleton zombie and it's scaring Mickey. That was too much for Miranda.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our older kid.
Yeah.
She was 5. Mm-hmm. So, but this is why was this one scary? Did it have aliens in it?
No. It wasn't as scary. I think it was a little too much. It's about Minnie and Mickey looking for this beautiful rainbow falls or something. Yeah. And then they go to the wrong place because Mickey has a map that is a souvenir map. It's not a real map. And then they go inside of these mines, and then they die. And then at the end, so it's like they things go from bad to worse, and then at the end, there were a bunch of explosives, and then you see them writing the card with and they were like, oh, so you were right, look at these beautiful falls, and it's like, because they're dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Who's dead?
Mickey and Minnie. Don't you remember?
Oh, that's right. They die in it. I
saw
did.
that
I
one.
saw that together with you.
Yeah,
I did. I looked at you after, and I went like, "Did that just happen?
Like,
did they just die in this and go to heaven or something?"
Yes,
Wow.
that's what happened.
Wow.
In that episode.
That's a bit much.
It's a bit much. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm thinking? Because of like the situation why no one was amazed by the aliens that are now proof that they exist.
Yes. Go ahead. UFOs, not aliens. Okay.
That what if nothing's amazing anymore to people after this?
Oh, no.
What if nothing's ever amazing ever again? And everybody just goes, no biggie. Oh, Jesus came back? That's okay, no biggie. What if nothing
What
ever
would be
amazing?
like something that would get people's attention? I think not the UFO, because I think a lot of people, like, we have seen them before. Not. I mean,
People,
I have
most
never
people would
seen
say,
one.
I would say most people, 60%, I would say.
But
We're going to say,
used
yeah,
we're used to
the
seeing
idea of it.
the idea, the picture,
The movie.
the video, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So it's something that we know.
Yeah.
And confirming the existence of it is like, it's kind of like, yeah, we knew, that these things exist. I think a real alien picture, that would be like a freaking thing to go.
You
like,
think so?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, but then people just get right back to their quarantine lives.
maybe, or maybe they put the alien with a mask. They were like, "You motherfucker, wear a
No,
mask."
I think it's going to be, does that alien have any toilet paper for us? Does he? Because we could use some alien toilet paper. Because we have a rush on toilet paper.
Do you think aliens eat and poop, or no? Or that's like a necessity that they don't have anymore. What do you think?
I think that they've evolved past that to where they just once a year they take a massive dump.
Oh God!
Once a year, and it's get out of the way.
Okay, because they
You have to change your alien UFO after that. They're gonna like, I'm not using that UFO anymore.
Okay.
Why? Because that alien just took a shit in there. I ever tell you that story of Leslie Nielsen? He's a great guy from all those. He was in Airplane, and what were the other movies he did?
I don't know, honey.
You don't remember? Oh, he was in Airplane, but he also Naked Gun movies.
Okay.
That was when before OJ was a murderer, he was just an
actor,
an ex-football player and an actor, and funny. And people forget; they just remember OJ as the murderer of people.
Well, because it's
He
pretty
was
bad,
actually a funny actor
Yeah, but
and
I
a
think,
pretty good running back.
I think the murdering kind of cancels the other part.
Yeah.
Being funny and handsome and good player.
Yeah, that's what my mom used to say. She never believed OJ could be guilty because she said, "But he's so handsome." Like, how could somebody so handsome kill anybody?
Yeah.
She's got a point.
Ask Ted Bundy. Right? I don't think he was handsome, but a lot of people did.
Yeah, he had a certain sociopathic charm to him. So what were we just saying now?
Anyways, we were talking about the massive dump that the alien was going to take in
Yeah.
the UFO.
I just don't think you go back in that UFO. You have to give that. Yeah, give
Can you
that.
imagine?
I change UFOs. And after all that, the technology, they just dump it.
How do you think a UFO looked like inside? Do you think it's like a million buttons or just one button? Like they evolved to make everything like simple and easy.
I would think it would be all mind controlled. You know what I mean? Like you
So
just-
no buttons anywhere?
I think you wear a helmet
A helmet? What would they need a helmet for?
to cover their eye because it's just an eye. That's all they
Oh,
need.
so it was one eye?
Just an eye. They
So
put
they don't
an
have
eye
two
over the
eyes? They
helmet.
don't have the two like
They don't need two at this point. They're so advanced.
No, but the one is kind of like, unless it was like one of those cameras that you put like above.
The other
It would
eye.
have to be like out so you can look around.
Well, the other eye burned out from the massive dump that one of the other aliens took in the UFO.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That once a year dump. So you've got the helmet over the eye,
Okay.
and then
but
the
then you
eye.
can't see.
Yeah, but then you're going around, and then wherever direction you go, whatever the eye basically wherever you look, then the alien craft, the UFO, which now we know exists for real. They depending on where the eye looks,
But
the craft knows what to do. Like, make a U-turn. Go to Disney World. Go to Disneyland in 2 seconds because it's an alien. Yeah.
If you were an alien.
Yeah, and I could be.
No, you could. You're according to some people on YouTube, you're a reptilian or something like that.
Yeah. Well, there's these rumors that the certain people are like are alien, and they already are, and they've already like been with human beings, and that they are among us, and that there's like reptile people.
Yeah, you're one of those reptiles.
I am one of those reptile people, but I'm not an alien.
Well, would that be an alien too? Because it's not like human.
No. We've been here for millions of years.
Reptilians?
We were here, yeah. So we finally just worked our way into the human being.
Okay. But do you wear a suit? Do you wear a human suit?
No. It's just part reptile, and we're like and human.
Part reptile.
We've already.
So what's your reptile part?
My lizard. You want to see the lizard? Is that what you're saying, young lady? No, but people do believe that there's that.
No, they
it's
believe
like the
that
Illuminati.
It's in the eyes, that you can see it in the eyes.
I know. They're like the Illuminati and all that kind of stuff, which I know. But anyway, so
anyways, if you were an alien, if you had a chance to design yourself as an alien, what would you do? Like, would you give yourself just one eye?
I go Paul Newman. He was a pretty good-looking guy. He looked good even when he was older. That's the key.
Okay.
You gotta look good when you're old, not peak in your early, I think like really cute looking kids, ugly old people. And you're gonna spend a lot more of your chunk of your life as an old person. So be a good looking old person. That's the whole that's the key to life.
Yeah.
Look good when you're old. So yeah, I think I would go Paul Newman. What would like I think you'd want to have like good hands, You want to be able to still grab things.
Yeah.
And you'd want to maybe have a little bit of chin hair, even if you got a chin on your one eyeball.
But they don't have hair.
They don't have hair?
No. Haven't you noticed? Like, all the aliens have no hair.
I know. Why do you think they do that? Do they think they've evolved past hair? Or they just go like, hair is a waste of time. I have to cut it.
Yeah.
Style it.
Yeah.
Shave it.
Maybe they don't, don't go bald at some point, so they don't get disappointed about it.
They come out bald.
They're just bald. That's the way they are.
It's interesting because when a lot of depictions of aliens are like, they don't really use their bodies anymore, so they're just because they're so smart, they're just all brain.
Yeah. It's
so
all brain.
the legs are in the arms, like as if they'd never want to do anything physical.
Yes, maybe they don't.
Yeah, but that's the idea is that they're so smart. Because I think nerdy people in general who who design like stuff and like come up with aliens, whatever, like that's their idea of themselves. Eventually, they'll never leave behind their computer, and their little arms.
But they're very skinny. They always picture them very skinny.
That's what's different.
Yeah.
Because the nerds are fat.
Are they?
I don't know if they're all fat. Mark Zuckerberg's a nerd. He's not fat. But, yeah. So I think that the image of I think it's like an image of the aliens as being like it's all in their brain, how super smart they are, and they never like physical, like like they're not football players. You never see like somebody comes out like
I've never seen a ripped alien. Yeah, you're right.
A depiction of like a really ripped alien who's just at the
gym
in the UFO. You're like, excuse me, guys, you guys check out all those. Check out Earth, whatever you want, but I'm gonna go do some reps. I'm gonna do some.
I'm gonna do a Peloton class.
Yeah.
I think I would be like purple, like that. I have a chance to design myself as an alien. I'll be purple and
that's interesting.
Tall. And I would have like probably like at least 3 more eyes.
Okay, where would you have the third one? The back of your head?
I would like to have like 3 actually in the back of my head, and I would keep these 2 in the front because I kind of know what I'm doing with these 2.
Okay.
So I'll be like, nah, put them in the back.
2 is good for you.
3, I think 3. Oh no, 2 in the front, 3 in the back.
2 in the front works for you.
Yeah.
I found these to be sufficient. I feel like I don't need an eyeball in the back of the head because I can always just do this. Yeah, nothing back there.
But what if you want to run backwards? That way you know. So you're going forward, and then I forgot that one, and then
Doesn't come in handy, the running backwards. No. I've never thought of a place. You know what would help me a lot more right now? If I ran backwards. Yeah. Some guys do that, though. In football, you got to run backwards. If you're a cornerback, you got to run backwards first.
Yeah, because it strengthens your...
hamstrings.
Your hamstrings.
Your hammies.
And your glutes.
Gluty von Glutigans. So what... So anyways, during this quarantine...
Yes.
People have been losing their shit. Like some of the relationships and stuff have been getting, and they, it's interesting that they kept the weed stores. They closed the churches, but you can get weed.
You can?
And you can get alcohol.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, the weed stores are open.
Oh, wow. Are they considered like essential?
I guess so, in California anyway. So the weed stores and the alcohol was open.
Wow.
But you couldn't go to church. That's why I think you could have like the church of weed.
Because you don't go and hang out at the weed store or
maybe you don't
at the liquor store.
Maybe you don't.
Well,
yeah, that's true. You don't hang out there. You just go and get your booze.
You get your stuff. You get out.
People lose their shit if they didn't have it. So it's just it's inconsistent, is what this was to me.
Okay.
They didn't really have like it all figured out.
They
still don't. They still don't.
They don't. Yeah.
Wow. It's interesting though, because our daughter, Madeline, saw he showed her the Jesus cartoon.
Which one?
You saw during Easter, you showed her a Jesus cartoon.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, what? Yeah.
I mean, how many Jesus cartoons, why does that not ring a bell to you?
No, because it was a movie. It was a movie about Jesus.
Yeah, about Jesus.
It was a cartoon, yeah.
But it's like
I'm sorry, it took me a while to put it together. I
she's
thought
3.5.
you meant like it was like a Jesus cartoon. Like on
it was a Jesus cartoon.
Yeah, but I thought like an episode.
Oh, no, you mean like a jokey one? No. It was an animated story about Jesus and the Easter. And like, but it's really funny because Madeline, she's 3.5, not quite 3.5.
Yes.
And so she's just, getting concepts and ideas.
Yeah, she didn't know anything.
She didn't know anything about Jesus.
Yeah.
And so she's watching this thing about Jesus.
Yeah.
And then she freaked out. Yeah. She's like, and she yelled out, "Jesus, look out!"
Yeah. I know. No, she told me because we were watching this thing, right?
So
amazing. And I mean, and we pray, and she knows like the idea of a God and Jesus, but she doesn't know the story of Jesus. So that was the very first time that she did. So when they're gonna get him, she's like, "No, they're gonna kill Jesus." I'm like, "Yes, sorry, honey." Like, "No, I don't want him to die." So, honey, I'm sorry. I mean, I think she wasn't ready for that movie.
Wow.
But she was really into it.
No, because when
she got it. She was like, "Oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, this is happening."
Yeah, no. Because she's just only seen Jesus on the cross. So she just assumed that, he came with the cross.
Yes.
It wasn't like he didn't get on there. They just was like one thing.
Yeah.
He was always on it.
I mean, I didn't show her Passion of Christ, like
no, we'll wait till she turns 4.
No,
for that one.
But and they didn't show it. They didn't show like how they nailed him in the cross.
Yeah,
but he was.
She had no idea how he got up there. She's just only seen him up there.
But she heard like the rumors that what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
and
they're gonna kill Jesus.
Yeah, she was really concerned. They're gonna
amazing.
Kill Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting is I was trying to get, because we've been stuck inside, right?
Yes.
And the kids, have not a lot, they've not had a lot of activities, really. We've got them on the computer doing school and stuff. Yeah. But the thing that was great with...
I mean, they paint a little bit.
Yeah. And they like it. And luckily we have a backyard.
They bake with me sometimes. Yeah.
That's nice. And
you mean they have no activities with you? That's
well, the other day I was doing an activity with Mandy, the dishes.
Oh,
she
yeah,
says, I want to help you with that. Mm-hmm. And then I said, yeah, come on. And she started doing it. And she was helping me with the dishes. And I was putting it in like, okay, these the...
I don't think that's how it went, because I don't remember her saying, "Oh, I want to do that." I remember saying, "Brenda, get over here." You're going to learn how to watch.
Come on, let's learn that. And she said, okay, I'll learn. And then my favorite part, though, she said, okay, I'm done. She said, like, I'm done. But, like, the dishes weren't done. It's not like, no, but I'm done. And I said, yeah, but it's not about you being done. It's about the job being done. And the job's not done. So you have to do all the dishes,
And she was like, yeah, but I'm done.
Yeah, she said, I said, And trying to encourage her, like, no, you're really good at this.
Mm-hmm.
You're really good at doing the dishes. No, seriously. And then that got her for a little bit longer. Oh, I am good at this. Look, I can do this. You know, I said, you can do this for a living if you want. No, you could. You know, like
Yes, you
professionally. Just all you have to do is never study anymore. Just don't study or pay attention in your class.
Yeah, don't listen to mom when she's homeschooling.
And then you could do this. And you're great at it. So this is perfect. I don't know if she got that.
No, I don't think
She's
so.
starting to get sarcasm, don't you think?
No, she
No,
doesn't.
when you get sarcasm, because you read one, so we could talk about reading one thing. You read one thing, and then
Yeah.
you think like that's it too. Like you
No.
read one book.
I don't talk
that
about
said
it.
That you read one book that says that kids don't understand sarcasm until they're 8.
They start understanding a little bit of sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yes, but it doesn't happen till 11.
Till 11?
Yes,
That's not fun.
I know. But that's why kids take everything personal. Everything. We do too as adults.
Till 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just hard
I
thing to
know.
wait.
But you know what though?
Because I have so much sarcasm
But
to
talking
give
about,
to her.
I know, and you give it to her, like you gave her like a little bit of the doses of sarcasm every day, but she still doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How horrible would life be if people told the truth all the time? How horrible it would be.
Oh yeah, no,
You can't, right?
you can't. I mean, you can always tell the truth. Like I believe I don't tell many lies. I think I just kind of like, like
Sugarcoat it.
and not sugarcoat. I make them look like it's a joke, but it's not a joke.
Oh, yeah, that's called kidding on the square.
Yeah, I think that's
You
how I
pretend
always
you're
tell
kidding,
everything. Yeah,
but
I
you're-
just pretend I'm kidding, but I'm not.
Yeah,
For everything.
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I have the scars. I got the gray hairs to prove that.
Yes, but I don't think
All over my body.
Yeah, but I don't think I lie much. I'll just make a joke about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Speaking of, here's a little one here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that? What are you reading?
I have, this is my new list of jokes.
Oh.
Okay. All right. That's the cutest little girl in the world right there. Just walked by. So, are you going to do some more cooking videos? Because I haven't seen any.
I know. Well, I think I'm going to start doing them again.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you
I
cooked
haven't been able to do that.
Because you cooked something great the other day. That lemon cake was good.
Oh, yeah. That was
That was
good.
beautiful, yeah. Even though it's sunk in the middle. Why do you think it's sunk in the middle?
I think I opened the...
That's enough? It's that
oven.
fragile?
Well, when something is, with bread, actually, you're not supposed to open the oven.
What does it do?
It changes the temperature. So you change the temperature for a little bit, and that could sink your bread. It's true.
Oh.
You're just changing it for a little bit.
See, I don't understand any of that.
Yeah.
Like, what did you learn like the most from the course that the chef course that you took? What did you take with you? The big things.
What I took with me is that bread that doesn't get hard is made out of oil. So if you have a beautiful cake that you put in the fridge and you take out and cut a piece and it's very like fluffy, it's made out of vegetable oil. And if you have one made out of butter, it gets hard because butter, when you put it in the fridge, gets hard.
Right.
So it's better for you to eat butter than vegetable oil in cakes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what stuck the most in my brain. I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
So the convenience of having it soft
Yes.
it comes at a price because
Yes.
it's fake.
It's fake.
Yeah. So you should use butter. But you can't leave butter out. So basically, if you have a cake in the refrigerator, then you got to let it out and let it thaw a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Before you cut it.
just wait a little bit.
But you can't leave butter out, like a butter cake out. You got to put it back in the fridge,
Yeah, you
right?
put it back in the fridge, but before you cut it, you just...
But the idea should be you cook it, then you eat it. Shouldn't be a big delay.
Well, not really. Because
No?
you gotta wait, like for decorating a cake, you gotta bake the cake and you gotta let it cool off completely
Okay.
before you decorate. Otherwise, everything is like, it's just gonna melt horribly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Okay. So you're going to do some more videos for us?
Yes, but I'm gonna make more videos. Also, like,
How do people get a hold of you?
they can find me on Instagram at I am Patricia Maya. Also, I have a TikTok account.
Oh,
now.
yeah, they're hilarious. Yeah.
I am Patricia Maya. Yeah. Mostly in Spanish. But
Sí, por supuesto.
But yeah, I'm pretty good.
And how's your French lessons coming?
Good. Très bien.
Très bien. Well, yeah.
Très bien. Je parle français.
Ce n'est pas grave. That's all I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Ce n'est pas grave. It's not serious. So I don't know why. That's the one thing I remember. My time I've spent in France.
Good.
All right. So,
All right.
Please, people, subscribe, join,
like, share,
and hi, sweetheart. Hi, darling.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. We'll take you there right now. I love you, sweetie. Okay, I love you.
I love you, darling.
We'll do this again.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for watching. See what happens. And I want to say a special hi to Jonathan and Kat, who have been listening to our show.
Thank you.
And thank you. And also to the guy in the FedEx truck. You know who you are. Thank you for listening and for being a fan of the show. And we'll see you again. And when we do, you will see what happens.